You know, I'm about halfway through this, and I still haven't found the chapter about texting minors on Twitch.
Feels like you need the deluxe edition, right?
Yeah, you gotta get the DLC for the book. The Whisper version.
Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Cream of the Crop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Onyx, joined by my friends KJ and Olas. Welcome, gentlemen.
Howdy.
Lots to talk about. We are just post Forbidden Door, which we will get into a little later. More so these guys, because I only caught like the last 3 matches of it. But you know, it's one of those days where you take a 45-minute nap that turns into a 3-hour nap, and then your day's kind of fucked.
Those are rough.
Yeah, it's just, huh?
I want to know about that. Why were you playing like the Bluey video game?
Because my daughter loves the Bluey.
Oh, that actually tracks. Fuck.
Yeah. Because she saw it on my TV and goes, I want to play that. And I'm not going to tell her no.
KJ, relax. He was trying to step up his Whispers game.
Oh my God. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me. You will never catch me in a minor scandal ever.
Says the guy who bought the book. No, I'm kidding.
Long time ago.
Fucking
this
burning
is going in the fire pit, okay? I was waiting.
Guys, what's your return policy?
I was waiting to see what was happening. and it's happened, and then some. I kept it for the bit, and now the bit is done, and it can go where it belongs.
I love that you did. Like, listen, you were very, as you should have been. Like, you didn't want to say one thing or the other for sure. And then, of course, we released the podcast, and the next day the fucking information comes out anyway, and it's like, oh, there goes that.
It just comes out like, I was texting little kids.
But
bold move, bold strat.
Wrong.
Like, god damn it,
I didn't do anything wrong, but I mean, it aired on the side of inappropriate at times.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, and you've lived under a rock for the last 2 weeks, Dr. Disrespect, Guy Beam, I think is his real name, this all started with somebody from Twitch coming out and saying that he was banned due to texting minors through Whisper on Twitch.
I'm trying to meet up with them in like at TwitchCon or whatever.
Yeah. And then like after a week of him kind of defending himself and acting like it wasn't true, he just came out and said, yeah, that's what I did. But man, what a way that he did that.
Yeah, I was totally texting kids inappropriately, but I'll be back in a couple weeks after I go on vacation. I'll see you soon.
For one,
my haters, by the way.
I wasn't expecting him to admit to talking to minors in character.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest part. I'm like, he's still being the character. Like this is not even like him coming as Guy Bone.
No, because he was messaging multiple people. Like in full scope, it's way worse than just messaging minor. Apparently it was one minor, one transsexual sex worker.
Yeah.
And then the person he cheated on his wife with.
Oh, I've seen the text messages between him and the sex worker.
Where he offered to get partnership on Twitch.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. But at the same time, him going boom in one of the messages, just, I'm surprised, but I'm not that would be how he texts like that.
He Adam Levined it.
Yeah.
I swear.
And we're laughing, and obviously this is a very serious matter, and it's one of those things that it's a very uncomfortable matter. So the way we deal with that is we make jokes about it. It's not funny. What is going on is disgusting. It's inappropriate by every means.
It's funny because it's not funny what he did. It's funny that it's happening to him.
Yeah, and like, how he's handling
it. The consequences are funny.
No, the funny thing is like it was one of Twitch's biggest mysteries forever.
Right.
Because no one said a fucking word, and then it just drops.
Oh, you're talking, it got a large population against Twitch, because like even when it happened, like I was one of those people. you know, where it's like, oh man, they really did him fucking dirty. Like this is
And you
stupid.
find out.
Yeah, and it's like,
whoa.
as stupid
Well,
as it is, like somebody, and I say this as a human who makes mistakes, apparently. Like I was a huge supporter of this guy, and I, you know, took some of that content and saw and go, hey, that would be cool. Let's see like where this goes, and really got into it. I mean, to like I said, to the degree I fucking bought this pieces of shit fucking book, you know, and now we come around and it's the slap in the face of how, you know, I wasn't the victim. I'm making victims. Like, what the fuck, bro? I don't get it, dude. I don't understand how hard it is. You want to cheat on your wife, go cheat on your wife. It's none of my fucking business.
I mean, you know, you still shouldn't.
You shouldn't, but that's your fucking business.
Like, that's not a, like, all right, you know.
If you're gonna
fuck
cheat
this
on your
guy
wife, at least pick someone you don't have to pick up from school.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the
There are plenty of women out there. You don't need to rock the cradle.
Well, and the whole thing too is the perception, like you guys were saying, was huge because he did sue them. He did win the lawsuit on the technicality, you know, because the verbiage in the contract didn't state that, you know, if we terminate you, like, we will no longer pay the remainder, and that's essentially what it was. But he couldn't speak on it, they couldn't speak on it, all that stuff. So it looked even worse for Twitch because it was like you banned this guy, you won't tell anybody why you banned him, and then he sued you and won. All the while it was like a bullshit technicality that they have obviously since fixed because, you know. Now I will stand on the moral big dick ground here. I never liked that dude.
And I get it. I understand.
He was a fucking embodiment of a red flag as a human being to me. I just never got the whole gimmick, and yeah, all right, yeah, whatever. So like you know, I'm not shedding any tears here.
Yeah.
In terms, but you know, I feel for the people that aren't in fucking Delulu land that, you know, supported him and then went, oh, fuck, that really sucks. Because it does. I mean, we've experienced that, you know,
multiple times this year, it seems like.
Well,
I mean,
you know, throughout the last bunch of years too, with, you know, Achievement Hunter stuff and like all, you know, with Ryan and all that nonsense and
billion suit.
So yeah, it's, you know, it does suck for the fans, but
and I mean, his career's, so I don't know if you all have kept up with just kind of the repercussions. It's tanking.
Yeah.
So to start, so Turtle Beach dropped him.
Yep.
Naturally.
49ers said they're not going to be working anymore with him.
Yeah.
Or his the consistent meme for the last week is that he thought it was the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? NBA 2K took him out of the game. Didn't even know he was in that game, but yeah, they took him out of that game.
Right.
YouTube's
from his own company.
Yeah, his own gaming company parted ways with him. And then YouTube has demonetized his channel and stopped stopped his subscriptions, I guess, in whatever way they're able to do that. And are deciding not to offer him a contract based on the obvious allegations that are going on.
But Kick is still
up in the air, apparently. Fucking
shocking.
Great job, guys. Really knocking it out of the park there.
Every time they look to redeem themselves, they absolutely missed.
I will say, not somebody that I ever really follow that much, but fucking blasted. I think it was Pokimane blasted Sneeko about because Sneeko's fucking defended him to tooth and nail about all this shit and give it. Part of that should be a conversation because there is some stuff on Twitch that needs to be a conversation of, you know, explicitity.
But how he
this isn't the time, bro. This isn't the one.
No, because it stems from him trying to like dunk on
OnlyFans girls
the hot tub streamers and shit.
No, he was dunking on the trans person from Mr. Beast.
Oh, what?
That's where that started from.
No, I'm talking about.
No, he was saying something along the lines of I shared in our chat where it was like, oh, she could be 17 years old and 11 months and 29 days or something and blah blah blah, but the day she turns 18,
and starts an OnlyFans. She's
She
celebrated.
can start an OnlyFans, and then she's like so brave or blah blah. Hold on, I'll read the whole thing now.
Yeah, no, that's fucking weird. But
Western culture is hilarious. If someone texts a girl 17 years and 11 months old, he gets jumped by the whole industry. First of all,
yeah.
Did we confirm that she was 17 years and 11 months old?
That's the other thing. Yeah, we haven't even confirmed
Regardless, she's 17 years old. Okay, anyway. But if that same girl waits one more month to sell her body on OnlyFans, she is celebrated by that same industry for being an independent queen. Clown World. And he had photoshopped. He had screenshotted Valkyrie and Pokimane reacting to the
Dr. Disgusting
and Dr. Disgusting and just yuck. And then
yuck, that's what I cuck.
Yeah, and then Pokimane took that tweet and retweeted and quoted cuck.
Oh, okay, that's where it was.
Yeah. Which is
Nico can never talk about a single fucking thing ever because the immediate response is cuck. You're done.
Yeah.
You can't
and that's
win.
Again self-reported, not you know.
Also, your mic is muted, Onyx.
Fuck did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
and like I get it. Like there is a conversation that needs to be had about some of the stuff that is on Twitch and what's promoted. And
sure,
and we should absolutely have that conversation down the line. This ain't that time, bro. This is not the time for that.
Didn't you bring up like, oh well, Pokemon, you're only famous because men jerk off to you and you're attractive. Like that's not her.
Even if that's true, that's not how she sells herself.
No, she's not putting any sort of content that would engage that kind of behavior.
Being a gamer and being attractive is different than somebody that is attractive and that is their sole selling point.
Yeah.
Right.
But once again, that's an entirely different fucking can of worms conversation.
And also has nothing to do
with this.
What's the fucking conversation?
A prime example of where he's wrong, because this is
everywhere, but yeah.
That's
no, there's a specific person that pops into my mind with this conversation. With this whole once she turns 18, she's proud of Bad Baby, whatever fuck her name was. The Catch Me Outside girl.
Oh yeah. So that's how I know her.
Everyone was sexualizing her while she was 17, and then she turned 18. She opened the OnlyFans, made a shit ton of money, and the first thing out her mouth is, "All you motherfuckers are weird. All y'all should be investigated immediately."
Yeah.
Because you were waiting for me to turn 18. And what she's saying, everyone agreed on. Like,
yeah, that's just weird.
At that point, you were sexualizing her
before she was 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should be investigated. And like, yeah, that's weird. It's Billie Eilish all over again. Billie Eilish, Jenna Ortega, Millie Bobby Brown.
Wait, was Jenna Ortega sexualized? Because she wasn't really big until she was over 18, right?
So I think the issue is because she was sexualized playing a character that is underage.
Yeah, I see that. I can understand. Yes.
Again, in my mind, Jenna Ortega is 15.
Yeah, no, I insanely agree. You know, and it's
that one clip from you has perpetually. I don't even know how old she was.
That's right. She's also plays underage in You as well. Yeah. She literally gets sexually predarized in You by somebody, a comedian who ends up, I think, kind of actually being a sexual.
Yeah, he was like, it's like a Louis C.K. joke or some shit like that.
Oh my god!
Where he's like just being nice or whatever. Like secretly he wanted to like drug her.
Yeah.
So it's like ever since then, like Jenna Ortega's 15 in my mind. I don't care what age she was playing that role, she's 15.
Yeah.
Right. Millie Bobby Brown is forever 15 to me.
And then of course, so with the situation you've had, his close, I say friends, but one of these guys went so weird with it. But you had like Optic Z-Laner who has played with him for pretty much since he went to YouTube. Tim the Tatman, and what's bad is I generally feel bad for these guys because like you don't know shit like that. I generally don't think that's something they knew about. I don't. The gist I get from them is that this was just as much a surprise to them because you gotta think Tim the Tatman worked in like child services. That's where his background's from.
Oh yeah, to understand like, yo, this motherfucker was texting a minor. Like he probably felt like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I will say I did see his like statement, and it did seem
I think a
like
prime
he was like really kind of just not sure where to go and feel.
certain people like hands down defended him until like his his response came out like the Act Man.
Oh
He was
God,
one of the
yeah, I
ones.
had to block him, dude. I couldn't
He was one of the
fucking.
ones that said like, "Yo, everyone's just nah. This just comes from salty haters. No proof has come out." And then this man literally came out and said, "Yeah, I texted him, and he had to go. Whoops, my bad. I thought I was defending my friend. He's a piece of shit."
Yeah.
So it's like,
And I get not wanting to jump to a conclusion, but like at the same time, also like don't put yourself out there as far as like defense. Like let's wait for the fucking
yeah,
chips
no,
to fall here before we start, you know.
Sometimes, man, silence is the best option.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's what I
sometimes you
liked
gotta
about
wait
Z
that out.
Later. Is like Z Later didn't say shit about any of this until shit hit the fan, and even then, he took like I think 2 or 3 days before he dropped something of like, hey, you know, because like that was the
My
thing.
opinion on
Everybody wants a response to me. No, you're not entitled to that. Like, I'm sorry, you're not entitled to some fucking. It's not their job to respond to that. They don't have to do that.
No, because everyone wants a response fast because everybody wants to know your thoughts immediately. Because another person who got called out during this week was a YouTube drama creator called I'm Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, got called out for being extremely racist. Beating on it. I didn't know if it got to the point of physically harming her, but damaging her stuff.
Yeah.
Manipulation. It was fun. Everyone dunked on him because he was one of the what he did in his past was constantly do false allegations against his friends of the shit that he actually did in
Yeah.
which when everyone came out, like I think it was like one of his friends' ex-girlfriends was like, yeah, no, I got him kicked off the same company as me a few years ago because it was an open secret he did this. So it's like, yo, how many people on YouTube are just that we don't know about?
oh, I'm sure tons.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure tons. A lot of people get these platforms. A lot of people that, at this point, you know, listen, they don't deserve it, right? Like that is what it is, and it's the same thing on multiple. I mean, you know, we could dive into the whole Hollywood stuff and the producers and the predatory things that go there. Like it's just rampant, unfortunately, which is fucking sad. Like, you know, you want to not you want to not deal with it, obviously, because it's an uncomfortable thing to have to deal with from the outside, and obviously even more so on the inside. Um, I don't know if that's the way I want to put that phrasing wise, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um, it's just, you know, you never really know, and that's why I think, you know, silence is the best option in that regard. Like regardless of how people feel, fuck them, fuck them.
Yeah.
Oh, we need a response from you. Why? Let's figure out what's happening first. Let's get all the facts first, and before I, you know, I don't want to get put in a position where I have to defend somebody and then look like an asshole after the fact. Like, at least, you know, at least they, you know, people are owning it that did do it, like defend him to that point. Like, at least some people are, you know, owning it. Like, oh, well, you know, he was my friend. I thought
Yeah.
that wasn't going to be the case. Blah 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 blah. Like,
Well, the worst one, and oddly enough, this is the transition to the next part of the all the nonsense that's been going on with content creators this week. Is you know, Nick Merckx was very not defending him, but like, hey, like, you know, we're judging this guy before we even and you know what? That's a fair assessment. We're, you know, we're putting judgment on people when we don't even know what's going on. But like, even his response video is kind of like, I feel like you're just making this because you feel like you need to make this because you kind of defended him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it feels very half-assed. And
well,
and give it, you're dealing with a situation, so and that's not fair for me to judge. You know, but it kind of came off a bit like, eh.
well, didn't it kind of? And you can correct me on. I don't want to quote him directly, but essentially like, oh, we're not even really friends. Like I don't know him outside of the wig.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, come on now, you know, that's
like, bro, you guys play games and talk for like several hours a day, multiple days
over
a
a
week,
thousand or over, you know, years.
years.
and it's like it's
you know.
just no. I think Nate Shot had another good kind of take on it because I mean him and Nate Shot were close, and you know played golf together and were you know hung out a lot, and you know he just was like, yeah, like I was friends with this dude, and like you just it sucks, and I don't support that kind of shit. That's not, you know, anything like that's wrong. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And
Wonder if they ever debated about their golf handicap. Seems like important things to discuss. I don't know. It's just thinking out loud.
Oh
Anyway.
Lord. If there's one thing I refuse that we're ever gonna talk about on this shit, it's gonna be that shit.
It's gonna be that. Yeah. I just it felt funny at the moment. So.
But then of course Nick Merckx turns around and gets himself banned from Twitch. I don't think it's a perma ban, but it's a suspension ban, however you want to fucking phrase it, I think.
Yeah.
For using a specific slur towards a group of LGBT community.
Specifically the T and the
specifically LGBT. The T.
The tomatoes?
Oh, shut up. Don't get us in trouble. we borderline this shit enough as it is.
It's not like I said deep. No.
But then in miraculous fashion on Twitter just doubled down on himself and just went straight to mental disorder. Is really amazing that these guys don't have better PR teams at this point. like that's the first thing I'm getting. There's three things I'm getting if I start making millions of dollars: a damn good lawyer, a damn good PR team, and a damn good financial guy. Like, it's just keep your mouth shut and just ride it out. But yeah, it seems to be quite the week for content creators to really show who they are behind the screen a bit. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get the mentality, especially these guys that could have everything they want are, you know, getting deals after deals with stuff and just pissing it away. Like, you know what I would do with a fucking Turtle Beach contract? Like, god damn, man.
Not message kids.
Yeah, not message kids on Twitch. That's exactly what I would do. Jesus.
Wouldn't cheat on my wife. I wouldn't cheat on my wife with kids.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just those kinds of, like, brother, you're getting paid millions of dollars to play video games. It's a dream come true for so many of us.
Your fucking favorite NFL team recognizes you and works with you, like, holy shit, and just piss it away. Just fucking idiot, dude. Like, God, it pisses me off.
R. Kelly. Sorry, you said piss it away.
Oh my God.
I had to.
This Week in Geek is a bit rough just because it's just a bunch of stupid bullshit.
Shit.
So on top of that, on top of all the content creator drama, there has been some very interesting drama as far as game developers getting threatened this week, apparently. So the first one's Nintendo. Apparently, and this comes from our good buddies at GameSpot. There's a man that in Japan that has admitted that he's been sending tons of death threats to Nintendo over issues with games.
Why would you admit that?
It's a bold move, man. So, oh God.
I committed felonies multiple times.
So, and if I butcher this, I apologize. I'm doing the best I can. Kenshin Kazama, 27-year-old Japanese resident in Hitachi, recently admitted that he made death threats to Nintendo via inquiry forms on its website between August 22nd and November 29th. God, you even went specific with the days. He was upset while playing Nintendo's games. Article further goes on to say that he sent...
Be funny. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't be. Sent 39 threats and was accused of saying that he would make sure the people of Nintendo would regret making a bad game, Kazama went on to threaten to kill those who were involved in making the game. Then he went as far as to threaten spectators at the upcoming event.
Okay.
Here's where it gets. The event that was being mentioned would be the Splatoon Koshin 2023 National Finals. You mean to tell me this guy was getting butthurt over fucking Splatoon? That's what we're at.
Hey,
That's where we're at.
That's a real man's game.
As the name suggests, it's an event based on Nintendo's popular shooter Splatoon.
That's Splatoon.
It was supposed to take place in December 2023 and January 2024, but due to threats, the event was canceled. Kazama goes on to explain that he made these threats because he was getting angry while playing Nintendo games, and every time he lost, he got more frustrated. Okay, so it's a skill issue problem. Gotcha. Prosecutor in the case revealed that Kazama's threats cost about $700 million in loss, which equates, 700 million. Oh, what is that currency? Yen?
Yen?
Which equates to about $4.36 million.
Sorry, I muted it.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, he's dead.
So, like,
Nintendo don't play about their money.
But then on the flip side, and this is a little more recent, his Ubisoft CEO is stating that they're getting a bunch of online attacks and threats due to, I don't even want to call this a controversy because there's no fucking controversy about Assassin's Creed Shadows. We keep making up controversies over shit that people are just butthurt about. Like a controversy.
Wow, black.
Yeah, like we're still forgetting that one of these characters is Japanese. Like
it's a woman.
Yeah, but it's a
it's a woman. Doesn't count.
Get this woke rigmarole out my fucking screen.
And so basically in this the CEO I'm going through. We're gonna keep going. States that the one thing he's concerned about right now is malicious and personal online attacks that have been directed at some of the team members and partners. He states he wants to make it clear that Ubisoft does not condone these hateful actions. And
I hope every character in that game is gay.
I do too. At this point, you know what? Just to piss the fucking community off.
Oh my god, I really do. I hope they identify as something that doesn't exist. I hope they're all
pansexual.
Yeah, and they're all just fucking each other. Like I make it like Odyssey all over again. Fuck it, let's go.
It shouldn't have to go without saying, but apparently it does. Stop fucking threatening people that make video games. It makes you look like a virgin. Shut up.
But they are.
They are.
I hate that I have to like. I just can't, guys. I can't.
Fuck 'em.
I can't. Like, and if you're watching this, we don't want you here. I'm gonna say it. I don't want you here. I'd rather have 0 subscribers than have dumbasses like people like that following me.
Yeah, like if you're offended by any of the things I'm saying because it pertains to you, fuck you.
You're telling on yourself. Fucking idiots. Sorry, I just
go take a long walk over Shore Pier.
That has been
plug in the toaster and take a bath. Like just get it over with.
That has been
I don't care.
Going on for too goddamn long. It happened
over everything, but it's everything. Because you know who hates gaming more than anybody in the world?
Fucking gamers.
And it's the craziest fucking thing. And it's like, you know who hates Nintendo more than anything in the world? Nintendo fans. And Assassin's Creed fans hate Assassin's Creed more than anybody else does. Like it's so funny that like it's a cannibalistic mentality that they have to like eat their own to prove that they're I don't even know. Like I don't know. It's
not even a good explanation. There's not. It's like just a bunch of nonsense.
Every time I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Like I could, because I try to play devil's advocate. I try to see both sides of things. I try to be like, while I don't agree, I could almost see where you're coming from. But like this, I just don't. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like none of it checks out. There's no point to it. I don't like. What were you hoping to accomplish? Well, if I threaten to kill them and I don't go to prison for a long time, they're gonna fix what I want them to fix. Yes, that always works out so well.
Yeah, I just
Threaten things to get your way.
let's
That can't backfire in any way possible.
let's before I go into another fucking 20-minute tangent on just how stupid this shit is.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun and do your thing.
Yeah. All right. So we're playing a new game this week.
So far undefeated.
Yeah. It's nice.
You haven't faced me yet.
Did I?
No.
Have I beaten you twice, Olas?
Yeah. Beat me.
I'm the Brock Lesnar of this.
Wouldn't I? You know
Does
what?
that make him the-
Nope. You know what?
It's more y'all than me.
Nope. Not gonna stop myself there. So
Way to go, Onyx. You're a black champion.
gonna think very carefully about what
I
I do and say after that's been said.
So
No, you're Big O.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Not the giant robot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I remember that.
And not Zack Ryder's friend from like 12 years ago that never made it in the wrestling business.
Or that tall ninja.
Like, you know what? Move on.
Anyway.
No, y'all don't remember that Omos was the tall
Yeah.
ninja?
Oh yeah.
Big O.
Big O.
Big O. Anyway, so the preface of the game is: did this company fumble this wrestler? I'm gonna give you some accolades without being specific. It's not about guessing who the person is. It's about seeing if the company fumbled this person because, as we've been seeing a lot of discourse online recently, with Ricochet leaving WWE. Oh, WWE fumbled Ricochet in every possible way, blah, 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 blah. I know with the ongoing Ricky Starks drama in AEW, it's a constant discussion about did they fumble Ricky Starks? Is it Ricky Starks' fault? Blah, 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 blah. So I got one guy for WWE and one guy for AEW. And I'm just going to give some accolades. Not a ton of stuff on the AEW side, but I'm going to start here. This person is a former champion of sort. It's a recognized champion.
Okay.
It's not like the FTW title. It's not one of those. I don't want to specify, and I'll explain why. I don't want to specify if it's mid card or not.
Okay.
But this person is a former champion.
One time.
One time?
No tag championships, no other championships other than this one. Pretty good win-loss record. Overall, a couple of draws. Three draws overall from the company, and 2 of them were this year. So,
Okay.
not a bad win-loss record at all. Does this sound like somebody AEW has fumbled so far?
I don't know if I would say fumbled. It seems
I can
like
give more context.
I have one follow-up
point.
question.
Yeah.
Is this are we talking like these are active in the company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was where I was kind of unsure.
I'll specify if I bring up, like, if it's somebody who leaves the company, I will specify that they are no longer with the company, and these were their accolades at the
Gotcha.
point in time of the
I wouldn't say fumbled. I feel like depending on length of time here, it's a little early to say.
It's been a couple of years, I think. They've
Okay.
definitely been around for at least 2 years.
How recent was the title run? If that's not asking
I want to
too
say
much.
no. I'm trying to remember. I think it was around a year ago.
And so nothing.
Oh, you mean
since...
like how long was the title?
No, like
how long
when
did they have it, or
when,
how long ago
when they got? How long ago did they have the title?
I think it was about a year ago.
Okay, so not super recent, but not long enough that would be abysmally concerning, especially if they're maintaining a good win-loss record. I mean, as long as you're not I'd say no. I mean, you're a prior champion, you're not jobbing out to everybody, but you're winning.
If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask, because you have a quizzical face.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I will answer without.
I'm gonna say they did.
They did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Multiple.
I feel like you might know who I'm referencing, and I'm curious if that's the case.
I have a ballpark because there's not that many one time. Most people have won the belt
a few times.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. For someone to win the belt once in their career shows that they won it, dropped it, and never moved and never got back to a championship match after. Okay. And it's very limited because most of the people who won the mid-card title have at least one tag goal at some point.
I have a general idea, but I'm probably wrong because I do not keep up with AEW the same way.
Because the only person that I can't think of, Orange Cassidy has multiple times. Luchasaurus was TNT champion, but he was also tag champion.
Yep.
I want to say Christian Cage.
No.
But Christian Cage is multiple times.
Yeah.
He's at least 3.
Same letters.
Christian Cage.
It's another CC.
Oh, I was wrong.
Well, who did you think it was?
I'm embarrassed to say because it's probably going to be a stupid answer. I was going to say Bryan Danielson.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the reason, he won the ROH title. My problem is I no longer consider it a major title because it's
not an AEW title.
If it was still separate, like it was a separate entity, I would have considered him a former world champion.
But he is.
Yes, but I considered it the world championship until it became it's almost like the same thing with, do we consider NXT champions world champions? Like if they've never won the world championship in any other promotion and only in NXT.
No, because the only difference between the NXT championship and the ROH championship is ROH considers it as a world title because in its lineage, the ROH brand was its own entity.
Yes, I just feel like it's no longer that. So it doesn't have the same, I don't want to call it a mid-card title, but I also don't want to call it the world championship, because when you're thinking AEW and you're thinking world championship, you're thinking the AEW. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I consider ROH like the ECW to WWE.
Right. So
it's part of the umbrella of AEW, but it itself is its own contained entity. So I would count Athena as a women's world champion, and I would count Mark Briscoe as a men's world champion.
If we're being fair, I do feel like Athena did more for her title than Claudio did for his, and that's not a knock on Claudio. I just think they were presented differently, and she has been presented much better than he was as the ROH champion.
Oh, Athena is the best women's wrestler. Did the best women's work for the women's roster in AEW history. I stand by that one. But yeah, I wouldn't call her an AEW champion.
Right. So, okay, now that we know who it is,
I still stand by.
Do we still think he's fumbled or not?
I don't feel like he is.
Yes and no.
I think with him, because if we had the same conversation about did WWE fumble Cesaro, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because by the same metrics of WWE fumbling Cesaro, AEW has the same potential to fumble him in the same exact way.
Right. If you want to be fair in terms of the reason I feel like they fumbled Cesaro and Claudio, because of the amount of talent that the guy has, the amount of over that he has gotten himself numerous times. Yeah, you can say that he's had some really great like tag title runs with. I mean, even Tyson Kidd, he had a great title run with tag title run in WWE.
The
The
bar.
Bar, I think, was an awesome tag team that they made from best of 7 feud that turned into like a two dudes that just like kicking the shit out of people, like
Multiple tag champion,
tag champion,
one
US
without
champion, and
union.
had like a really good US title run. I can't remember if he was Intercontinental Champion. I don't
No,
know that he
No.
was.
he wasn't.
But I mean, the guy worked tremendously.
He only had the U.S. belt because he's feuding with Miz. This is
No,
when they
he
try to
had
make
that.
Miz.
He had that title for a while.
I know, but I'm saying this is when Miz was trying to do the Patriot babyface gimmick. Because
Right.
this is when he was using the figure 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When he became the Marine.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was at the Marine and came out.
Yeah, it was like a whole weird thing where like him and Dolph switched places, and then like
It was
Ric
weird.
Flair gave him the fucking figure 4 blessing, and it was a weird time.
I would want more matches with Claudio on because he does get big opportunities for matches, but he doesn't win.
No.
He has a great showcase of matches in AEW compared to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would rather see him win gold like the Continental Crown, or actually the Continental title or the
International title.
Yeah. I would want to see that run. Instead of Moxley winning it for that small bit where he won it, then dropped it to Ray Phoenix by mistake, and I feel like it should have because he caught a
I just
he got hurt, and
yeah. I would have rather had Claudio in that position.
Yeah,
but
and that's so I feel like they have kind of fumbled him so far, because when they did make him ROH champion, they didn't present him in a manner that made me feel like it was a prestigious enough champion.
Because he
and
won
then
it from Russian, ran at the end of the previous ROH reign.
I thought he
won it from Russian because it was the opening match of Def Supercard of Honor.
Okay. I thought he won it from
was pissed off about
Jericho.
No, he won it back from Jericho.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he's a multiple time.
He is a multiple time, yeah.
So
that's on me. I forgot about the initial.
Yeah, won it from Gresham, lost it to Jericho, won it back from Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's way too good to be like my thing was, he debuted and they immediately threw him into the Blackpool Combat Club, and I was like,
But I like his work in that group. I like the group as a concept.
Yeah,
I do too, but I just felt like
I feel like they fumbled that group's concept.
Yeah.
I think they fucked it up with the Daniel Garcia bit.
Yeah.
If they would have just let Daniel Garcia join instead of turning on Danielson and joining back up with Jericho.
Yeah. Because like the concept of like, if I bleed with this person, we develop a bond, blah 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 blah. Like we fight it out, and then we become stronger, like friends that way.
Yeah.
Because like I was gonna say, and that's what made the Bar so good, because it was two guys that were just kicking the shit out of each other for 7 straight matches.
Yeah.
And then went,
hey, we get kick the shit out of other people.
Yeah, like, and that to me that was awesome. Because then, and then they went down and they were doing the fucking Dragon Ball Z fusion pose for their entrance. Like, all that stuff was just, awesome. So I feel like they're not doing enough with him, and he just kind of gets sprinkled in there at times, and then, like, nothing really happens.
Like, you need a great match, Claudio's there.
Yeah, I think that's where I say it's not fumble. I think it's that mid ground where they absolutely could, but
there's still time. Like he's
Yeah.
still there. Like
I don't think
would
he's in a
say
place where his career's over. You know, I think
no,
there's.
I would say if he left the company within the next year and he's doing what he's doing now, then I think unequivocally they fumbled him at that
Yeah.
point. If he goes back to WWE or he goes to TNA or he goes to Japan and he doesn't come back to like work with them and you know what I mean? Like all of those things, if he just ends up leaving AEW permanently and this is the trajectory of him, I think without a doubt. Now, obviously, there's still time. He's been in the company for I think it's been 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was a replacement for the match with Zack Sabre Jr. for first Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
So that was 2022. Yeah.
I do think if he were to ever go to TNA, that would be where I think you would see him hit.
He would be world champion.
World champion. Yeah.
But I can
not that I'm trying to diminish like TNA's roster. I just think that would be a good place for him to be a.
Yeah. Do you think he'll ever be AEW champion?
No.
Yeah. World champion?
Yes.
No.
No.
International? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in that company he'll never be above a mid card champion.
I
don't know how you want to differentiate. I classify those as a mid card.
No, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depending.
And that's not a derogatory like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know.
You gotta have people in every position. I mean, it's
yeah. We had that conversation either last week or the week before. Like, not everybody you sign to a contract is going to be a world title. You know, oh NXT. You know, WWE re-signed Sean Spears to work in NXT and blah blah blah. And it's okay, but
cool. I like Sean Spears. Like,
you know, I think 7 years ago there was a conversation for Ty Dillinger to like move up in the card a little bit, but I don't know that that's necessarily the case now. Although they're teasing stuff with him in NXT, but that's besides the point. I'm just saying, like, not everybody needs to be a world champion. I do think Claudio is one of those people that deserves to be a world champion. I just don't know that I see him.
I just don't know if this is the company for that. I think, like,
yeah,
TNA...
and I would say even if he went back to WWE, I don't know that that's going to be the case either. Although now with the world heavyweight title, there's a better chance for that. But I still don't know that that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the WWE one. So we have a former tag champion.
Okay.
I think he won both mid-card titles. I have to triple check, but I could have sworn he won. He did. He won both mid-card titles. So U.S. and Intercontinental. I'm not going to tell you how many times because I don't remember. And a former Royal Rumble winner.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. So somebody that's won Rumble and not won.
Can I take a wild guess?
Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
It is. And I didn't even get to the NXT title yet. Yes.
I guess
that's a wild thing. You just pull out the fucking hat.
Because what? Yeah. That was AJ, right? He lost. He didn't beat AJ.
He lost to AJ. Yeah.
That's when he became Mr. Dick Kick.
Dick Kick. Keeps kicking me in the dick.
Yeah.
It was the Royal Rumble thing that did it. I don't know why.
Yeah, well,
that was a weird thing to trigger you on.
Well, no,
how to get that answer.
It did me too when there wasn't a title, like a title run or high title run after Royal Rumble. I'm like, okay, this is somebody that's won the Rumble and not won.
There's a few though.
But enough that I could narrow down as far as
the only people who have lost still have won a world title.
Yeah.
Del Rio technically
eventually did, yeah.
Yeah.
Twice actually.
Yeah. Actually,
times, yeah.
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, I was gonna say three or.
He's held the world. Didn't he have the world?
He held the world title.
Yeah,
multiple times.
I know WWE because he cashed in.
Shit, I think he beat the same person for it twice.
Punk,
or was it Punk or Cena?
Punk and Cena.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he cashed in on Punk, beat Cena. It was dumb.
Yeah.
Fuck Del Rio. But no, it was just a combination of you started with tag, then question yourself.
Who was he a tag champion with?
Cesaro.
Cesaro.
Is it? Oh, that's ironic.
That's why I said they were actually
they were connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I
that.
didn't do that. I actually didn't do that on purpose until I was going back through. I had two people in mind that I wanted to pick.
Belt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no. When he second guessed whether they won both mid card titles, that's what like, that means that wasn't memorable.
Wow.
Because
Yeah. He won the Intercontinental.
But Sammy was the one parading around with the belt.
Correct.
Because that's how the new design got introduced.
Correct. That's why I remembered specifically that he won it, but I couldn't remember. Like I was sifting through. No, I was sifting through his accolades and everything to see like which champion, like how many times he held it, blah 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 blah. And I saw the U.S. title and
Knock America.
Vaguely remembered that
because he lost it to R-Truth.
Yes.
Oh wow.
On an accident, right? Like it was a fucked up. Yeah.
It was a fucked up pin.
Yeah.
They kept the match kept going, and then they had to stop and tell them, "Hey, R-Truth won. We're on live TV. You're fucked."
Yeah.
Because that's how R-Truth won the belt for a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, which is fucking hilarious.
Fumble, yes.
Fumbled. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
I think so too.
Nakamura could be easily one of the best heels in this company if they would just let him.
And they were really doing. I liked the direction they were going with the whole letting them just cut promos in Japanese with the subtitles.
But they wasted it on Cody. That was the issue. You wasted it on somebody that wasn't going to lose.
It's not that they wasted it on Cody. They wasted it on Cody because they didn't follow up. Well, so it was more so to get Cody to do something while he was waiting for the whole Royal Rumble and all that stuff. Like they had, he had a decent thing going with Seth, but they didn't. You know what I mean? Like
there was no finish to every bit that he did.
That was long past Fumble. I think his career took a nosedive at WrestleMania when he lost.
Yeah. Because he should have won.
Every bit of push he had died there.
And then the moment of just constantly just hitting AJ in the dick.
Well, so here's what I will say. I have no problem with him losing at Mania and doing the heel turn if he then turns around and wins.
Yeah. To do nothing
or at least,
with it.
Because I think they went all the way through to like fucking SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at that point,
had he won at SummerSlam, I would have been like, you know what?
Game.
Right. He got progressively more aggressive and frustrated and desperate and blah, 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 and did what he had to do. And just, if you want to run that same storyline, he just fucking keeps dick kicking him. And then, like, eventually he just wears this fucking dude down so much. Like, you can only get kicked in the dick so many times before you're just like, all right, dude, I can't fucking.
I remember the point where they lost the plot of that. When they both kicked each other in the dick and the match got thrown out.
Yep.
Double KO.
And then they did the gender thing because Jinder was champion.
Don't hinder the gender.
And then Nakamura. And this was when everyone was behind Nakamura. They really got the fans back on Nakamura's side, and they still fucked it.
Yep.
And I feel like that was a Vince McMahon thing because he couldn't do a full promo in English.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same thing that fucked Cesaro.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like he was good enough as a promo. Meanwhile, the guy speaks 5 fucking languages.
So, at that point, that's when they lost the plot with Shinsuke. Yeah. Then they teamed up with Rick Boogs. That really didn't work out.
I didn't understand that whole.
And then, unfortunately, Boogs got hurt in that
leg,
Mania match with
Boogs was just supposed to be a mouthpiece.
And the whole he's his guitar player for the entrance, and that was fine.
Yeah,
that's fine with that.
Then you did King Nakamura because he didn't win King of the Ring. He beat Baron Corbin for the crown.
Right. Yeah.
Which even then, that could have been cool if you had let him just.
No, do the same thing he was doing in New Japan when he was IC champion. Let his aura speak for itself.
Yeah.
When he was coming to the fucking ring with the IC title. First of all, him being the one to introduce the black strap of an IC title just seems like an off thing. Because most people, when they think of him in New Japan, it's with the IC belt, which is a white and gold belt.
Yeah.
So him with the with that version of the IC belt perfectly fit.
Mhm.
Have him come down with fucking strippers. Who fucking cares? Do the same bit he did for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, because when you talk about like aura in wrestling, like he had the aura when he came into NXT when he wrestled Sammy the first time, and I mean, shit, dude, his call up to SmackDown, having the guy playing the violin live and shit like that. How do you fucking
How do you fuck that up?
yeah? Guy came in, he was over his shit.
Everybody singing his theme.
Yep,
He wins the Royal Rumble and then
makes me think of another person.
Fandango.
No,
Oh.
no.
Sorry.
I mean, yes, because they were all singing his theme, but that was
Yeah.
just like that just happened, and then
Fucking Fandango, bro.
I'm just thinking of amazing theme that everybody sings along to. Had the aura.
Let's see the best theme song everybody sings along to. Oh, Sami Zayn.
No, I wasn't thinking him.
No, I'm just thinking of just
Yeah.
Oh,
Another former
gosh.
NXT champion.
But they
Bobby Roode.
Yep.
Oh yeah, fumbled the fuck. God,
And
fumbled the fuck out of him.
Also, great theme.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best themes.
Been on my playlist for fucking 8 years.
But you know what? It worked out for him. He seems to be happy where he's at.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, never say never and all that stuff. I would love to see him
Okay, Zac Efron.
get something. Yeah, whatever.
Just
But it's I know what I knew what you were doing. But
I think just
the same thing with it's gonna ruin the tour. Anyway,
all that money still couldn't buy a chauffeur.
that's crazy.
Couldn't afford
But
an
no,
Uber.
it's the same thing. Like I would love to see Nick Aldis
wrestle
again.
Me and Nick Aldis,
Adam Pearce match.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell.
Not Hell in a Cell.
Nah, it's gotta be Hell in a Cell.
You know how they did the whole team Long versus team Laurinaitis bit?
Yeah.
Do that, but make them actual competitors, because I'm pretty sure they can go, and it'll be a fucking surprise because by the time they build this up to a WrestleMania, everyone would have forgotten that Nick Aldis is a former NWA champion who lost to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Of all people. But like, I would love to see that.
All right.
Do that for Survivors. Fuck it. Why
Well,
not?
that's what I was like. I almost guarantee that you're gonna, by the way they've drawn lines between him and Pierce, that we're setting up for another like invasion survival series, SmackDown versus Raw kind of thing. If they don't put all in on the Bloodline thing,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will.
Which I get the feeling that's what's gonna happen.
I mean,
if you're doing the Bloodline thing the Bloodline thing can't take up the whole show, so you can still do it. But also, if you're not doing it for Survivor Series, do it for WrestleMania, with the caveat that whoever team wins gets the first couple of draft picks
that don't matter.
Do it like that.
There's got to be something that
could be offered that they as general managers would want, to the point where they would step into the ring.
Yeah, and if they could stop doing the drafts and do it more like a trade thing, I'd be cool with that.
Winner gets Samantha
have
Irvin.
The 2 GM, like the winner gets like 2 free picks without any vetoes from the other GM kind of thing. So like,
all the champions.
I want to pluck, fucking Miz and Finn Balor without you giving me any shit about it, type of shit. Now they're gonna be on my show, like that kind of thing. But yeah, so that was our game and our stuff. Where do we want to finish with Forbidden Door, or do we want to?
I mean, that's as the 2 people that watched most of Forbidden Door, that is entirely
debatable.
I am cool. However we want to do this. I came in at
the ladder
match, the tail end of the ladder match,
and even then, Olas only came in at like part of the ladder match.
No, but I was keeping up.
Yeah,
I was asleep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what time you were Because I know last week you wanted to watch House of the Dragon.
We started House of Dragons because I woken up groggy and she was like, "Are we watching?" I go, "Yeah, they're probably watching Forbidden Door." So I was like, "That won't end till 12 o'clock." So we got time.
I literally joined at 8 o'clock and just had it playing.
Yeah,
I know. I saw you in there, and I kept wanting to like jump in a couple times, but I was doing shit, and I was like, "All right, I'll jump in," and then I kept doing. I was like, "All right," and you were still there. I was like, "All right, thank God." Hopped in.
At some point, I just sat I sat back. I'm like, I'm just watching this. If they join in, they join in.
but yeah, I mean, that's if we want to finish with Forbidden Door, that's cool. We can run through
right.
our
Give overall thoughts because going match by match will be here until
it's especially as many
Overall-
cards or matches on that card.
Show seems solid, man.
like a solid show.
Yeah,
I
they
have
tend to do their
complaints.
pay-per-views really well. You watched
Ladder match was
4
fine.
matches.
I didn't.
Ladder match was fine. It was the car wreck you thought it was going to be, but it was a fun car wreck.
I didn't care for the Mercedes Monet match.
Okay, I'm half and half.
I think the crowd killed it.
That too, yeah.
I don't think the match. I mean, they
wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't entirely a match that kept my attention.
I feel like they lost. I'm keep using the phrase. They lost the plot around the end, where it kind of got a little sloppy.
Yeah,
it got a lot of sloppy, unfortunately, towards the end.
Yeah,
and then of course,
overall,
Mercedes' finisher is still
bad.
dog shit.
a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Now she did turn it into the. I know they don't call it the bank statement anymore, but she did turn it into the crossface thing. And
what do they call it now?
I think they just call it a crossface.
The money statement.
I think they did say with the back. Well, no, they said the backstabber, and then she rolled into it. But I think they just called it a crossface.
Both of those backstabbers she does did not look good. It's just there's not enough impact to it that makes me believe that it hurts. What was the match after that? It was
Moxley and Naito.
That was this. Well, okay. The start of that was rough, especially with the no reaction elbows for the first 3 minutes of it, and then just wildly.
And they kept missing their
kicks.
Yeah.
But even then, the finish to that, I'm not a fan, and it's a personal thing. I'm not a fan of hitting the same finisher 6 times to put somebody away. It just makes it look like not a useful finisher.
Looking at you, Cody.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the
only person that makes sense that ever made sense to do was Roman because of the statute of Roman.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Roman
just not enough. Has been the dominant champion for 4 fucking years. And you have to take the title from him. This guy's been dominating everybody, stacking people on top of each other to fucking win at WrestleMania. Like, fine, hit him with 3 crossroads. Now you're hitting everybody with fucking 3. It's like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Roman and Brock were the only ones where I was like, this makes sense because it's Roman.
They're Goliaths.
Brock, right? Like, yeah. I love AJ, but you don't need to hit 3 Styles clashes on AJ. You don't, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, and it's similar to my complaint, although the match was good, Swerve Strickland and Ospreay.
Swerve and Ospreay was
just
great.
That end of it, it loses me because I'm like, okay, we've hit this guy with like a hidden blade. You've hit your fucking house call like 4 times now. You've done the double kick or the stomp, and it's like we're still kicking out. Like what?
He did get the stomp in once. I forgot he did.
Yeah.
1 stomp, 3 house call,
and the hidden blade.
Yes.
Which in all fairness, the hidden blade was part of the stomp, but still,
it's hidden blade and stomp.
Still a finisher,
And then he put him away with the
some other thing.
I don't remember the name of it, but the half Nelson flip into pressure.
I like that we weren't going to talk. We were going
to save it till last, but it's fine.
But no,
Danielson put on a great match.
Yep.
Uh,
As he should.
which, yeah, I mean, it's Danielson. What did you expect?
Still did the bit where he sold the injury like he's gonna die.
Again.
Yeah. He will do that in every fucking match, guaranteed.
It's gonna be like the boy who cried wolf because he's gonna die in that ring, and we're all gonna go, man, he's selling like a son of a bitch tonight, and he's just never
The
gonna get up
ambulance
again.
comes
So,
out,
yeah,
and he'll sell
Selling
it.
to the end.
be like,
We're at his
yeah, man,
funeral.
what a pro. He's really keeping the bit going. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Keeping kayfabe alive.
Motherfucker's purple, and
See,
we're like,
we have trust
man,
issues
he's
now after the last
yeah.
time because we watched this guy thinking his career was over last time, and it was a bit, and now I just don't trust it anymore.
Yeah.
Bro's gonna have the eyes in the back of his head and fucking purplish blue, and we're gonna be like, yo, he's doing all sorts. He's pulling out all the stops tonight to sell. Like that shit's crazy.
He stopped breathing. That's wild.
Blood's not even pumping in the system anymore. I don't know how he learned how to do that, but that's incredible. Like that's
just a true vegan technique.
Oh Lord.
Heard he's not even a true vegan because he loves to eat brie.
Oh my God. That's like the third time I've heard you say that joke.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
That's
I've
not-
absolutely heard you say that joke before.
That's
and
not
I'm
even my joke.
I know, but I've heard it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. It's not your fucking joke. But I guarantee I've heard you say that at least 2 other times in recording this podcast.
Fuck, then I'm tired then.
It's fine. I just think I'm not mad at you. I just think it's funny.
Oh, we did forget to mention after the Mercedes Monet match.
Oh, the return of the good doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Britt Baker came back.
Not the return I was hoping for, but one return I did call.
Yeah, so to be fair, before you hopped on the call, we were talking about returns for the night and said, during the Mercedes match, kind of hoping for Jamie Hayter because she's been out for like a year.
Yeah. But the thing is, I knew it was either Britt or Jamie because of one thing. I think there was like a media call or interview with Tony Khan where those two names were brought up. And Tony did say Britt was fine. We're just waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Jamie, he became more vague of the timetable, which made me think either it's worse than what was initially thought, or he wants to make it so vague that people think, oh, there's no way she's coming back, for her to just show up.
Yeah.
Right. Now it was a weird because we commented on how weird it was that she came out and everybody was
full entrance
and everybody was fucking stoked. She got a pop.
Yeah,
and because the thing is that match had no. I mean, they were getting "fuck Boston" chants, like "fuck the Celtics," "fuck the Red Sox."
Halfway through this match, they
started booing Mercedes
because fuck Boston.
Right, and oh man, and then the music hits. She comes out, gets a hell of a pop.
Does her pyro.
She sets the pyro off, starts walking forward. The pyro ends, and then starts walking backwards, and then just kind of stares at them, and then turns around and just walks away. And we were like,
okay.
Get in there and beat her ass.
I
like,
hope
no face to face.
I hope they're doing this for Wednesday though, where you can do what and actually improve the product and give the women a promo segment in ring, not a vignette, not one person backstage, just in the ring promo battle. Because they both have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Mercedes being the former WWE person that came in, won a belt, and Britt is one of AW's homegrown talent.
One of the pillars.
She came in from All In 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in there that match. It was her, Chelsea Green.
2018.
Yeah, Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, 2018, when it was still technically considered an ROH.
An ROH show. Yeah. I think it's a 4-way. I just don't remember the final person.
Chelsea Green.
Damian Priest was also on that show, weirdly
Yes,
enough.
he was.
So was Rey Mysterio.
Yes, he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He faced. Fuck was that?
Oh
I
my
hate this
god.
card. Hold on, I'm looking this up now.
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Prince Puma. Oh, sorry, wrong company.
Matt Cross versus MJF.
MJF. That was the
Christopher
opening
Dane
match.
versus Stephen Amell. It was
Yes.
Madison Ray.
Oh,
was
okay, yeah. Madison
Ray, Tessa Blanchard, Chelsea Green, and Britt Baker.
Yep.
Nick Aldis versus Cody.
Yep.
Joey Janela versus Hangman Page. Jay Lethal versus Flip Gordon. Kenny Omega versus Penta El Zero.
Penta, yeah.
Marty Scurll versus Okada. That's a fucking weird match in hindsight.
Yeah.
So you had Bandito, Ray Phoenix, and Rey Mysterio versus the Golden Elite of Kota Ibushi, Matt, and Nick Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet they won.
I forgot about that. Jesus Christ. They really did just have all of them. The Elite versus the Hispanics. They did.
Oh, Lord.
Brandy was on this card twice.
Their January 6th is showing. Oh, I mean.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Chris Jericho wasn't on the show.
He was. He was wearing the Penta mask. And he hit the code breaker on Kenny.
Oh yeah, because they were building up to their fucking match in
Japan.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
For the IC belt, or was that World at that point?
I think it was the IC.
I want to say.
I don't remember if Kenny still had the New Japan title at that point.
That's because I feel like that would have been. No, it's the United States. It's the U.S.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because they had already had one match at Wrestle Kingdom in 2018. If I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember the timeline.
12 is 2018. So that was, So that was. The 2018 one is for the U.S.
Yeah.
And then.
Hi, David. Sorry, guys.
You're good. They've only had one match in New Japan. It was that one match in 2018.
Why did I think they had two?
They had they had that, and then they had another match in Ring of Honor of Chris Jericho, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Cody, Kenny, and Marty Scurll. The rest of them is
weird
AEW team. Yeah. The Omega Elites? What the fuck?
Oh, that's terrible.
Stop
Stop it. Quit putting things with Elite.
No, that's a Chris Jericho thing. Because he was the Omega Bucks or some shit like that. Or Alpha. No,
The
Alpha Elite.
Bucks.
Sounds like a shitty in-game currency.
He kept calling himself the Alpha at this time, right?
Yes.
To
go against Omega. Yeah.
Fuck no. Corny as shit.
Bro, go back to the list and shut up. Like that's
the learning tree.
The Alpha Elite.
Tree of woe.
I will say that I said to you before, but I do like that MJF is using a brainbuster now instead of the Heat Seeker.
Yeah.
But do you know what he used to set up the brainbuster?
The Heat Seeker?
No. The Panama Sunrise.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
Yeah.
He
does the Panama Sunrise and then gets up and does it. So it's like, the two moves, the move he got from Adam Cole, and then the move he used on Adam Cole the last time they were in the ring together.
Yeah.
Say what else?
What did we miss of? Zack Sabre Jr. submitted Orange Cassidy.
Solid match, actually.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get that.
When Orange Cassidy's not regressing back into the goofiness, he's a really great worker.
Even when he's doing the goofiness, it's still like
Yeah, but he had that match against it was a handicap match, and I was just like I'm looking at it, I'm like I can't watch this anymore. I can't even remember the guys' names. Now they were like 80s style goofy, which was funny, but like it was
Like,
it was a lot. It was a lot of huh?
best friends.
No. Um
The Rockers.
what the fuck's his name? It was like Floyd something or other and something something. I don't know. They looked ridiculous. Where's that fucking? Was it? I don't know where the fuck it was. Let me just find out where.
What other cards were there? We had
I think we ran down most of
as
AEW's Forbidden Door.
obviously ladder match. Jack Perry came out
Yeah.
victorious.
Again, leading
Oh,
into
the Outrunners. That's what it was on fucking Rampage. Yeah, that was a rough match to watch.
The
oh,
Outrunners.
I know it's one now.
It's
Yeah.
a shitty cyberpunk bad guy squad. Oh no, it's the Outrunners.
Was there anything else of Tony Storm and Mina Shikara? No. I'm gonna fuck that up. Hold on. Let me go spell it out real quick then.
Mina, the H Cup goddess.
Find
That's not for the record. That's not me saying that. That
I
is
know.
Sure.
I
her
know.
actual. Okay,
Okay.
that's her.
Oh,
Actual
okay. It is Shirakawa. Okay.
God bless you.
Gesundheit. Yes. Yeah. So they had their match. Solid
Better-
match.
Better match than the Mercedes match, actually.
Oh, absolutely. Tony won, and then
They all
they
did.
had a three-way kiss with Mariah May after the fact.
And then they went in the back and bang.
Well, I mean, if you saw the little thing of
And
them
Juice was
Backstage
walking in
brawl.
the back, if you saw them walking in the back, and Mariah May had her hand on,
just
like,
cupping
basically,
ass.
yeah, just on.
He's just
Well, it was
cupping
technically
both.
like at the top of both of their asses, but she had her hand on ass on both of them, and like,
It's like something out of
yeah, that's the greatest moment in pro wrestling history. And I'm like, all right, guys, put it back in your pants. Like, it's okay. Like, I get it.
It's like
You
a
know,
scene out of a
every
shitty like WWE, like the SmackDown versus Raw, like where you randomly would save Tori Wilson and then you'd go have a shower with her. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
SmackDown versus Raw 2007. Yes,
Yeah.
I've played that game a number of times. But yeah. So I don't think was there anything else really worth
Like I said, besides Jack
going over?
Jack Perry winning
Jack Perry won the
TNT.
TNT.
Still,
I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to kind of touch on match wise.
I still hate with Jack Perry. No matter how much facial hair he grows, I still just see Jungle Boy. It's the killer for me. It is. It is. Absolutely is. It's. I can't get out of it. I don't know why.
But no, solid show. The build up for it was really good too. Like they were doing good. And so that people don't think I'm just constantly shitting on their metrics and stuff. They did bounce back this week for Dynamite. They were back up to 680 down when they were down to I think it was like 512 or something the week before. Although I will tell you, funny enough, to kind of coincide, I do think that the show the previous week was a little stronger than the show this week in terms of like quality, but then the ratings went back up. So, so I think it was just a one-off. So I don't want people to think that I'm just like constantly shitting on numbers and stuff like that.
Fuck their numbers and fuck them.
Well, and again, it goes back to the conversation of it either always mattered or it never mattered. Because they were sure talking about ratings when they were beating NXT every week, and then all of a sudden the ratings didn't matter when they didn't look as good anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. Like, it's okay to have a conversation so long as it's a good faith conversation. Like, hey, these numbers are down. It's a little worrisome. How do we correct it? How can we get these guys back on track? Again, I don't want to see them go out of business. I don't. Doesn't do good for anybody. A lot of people losing their jobs, and competition is great.
Yeah.
For the look at the work that WWE has been forced to put in since 2019. Think about 2019 WWE for a minute and remember how much you hated it.
I choose not to.
Right.
Plead the fifth. Yeah. No, I mean, it's competition breeds excellence. So I mean,
even if you don't want to watch AEW, be thankful that it's there because it's making your show better. Same thing with wanting WWE to go out of business. If AEW can fall into that same category where they're just kind of like, whatever, we don't have to worry about competition, blah 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 blah, and then they could potentially fall into the same habits WWE did post WCW. I don't count TNA. I love TNA, but I don't count TNA.
that's fair. I understand.
They never really had to step up in that sense. TNA moving to Mondays absolutely killed them.
Yeah, definitely.
They were
Thursday.
Yeah. They were. I mean, they were killing it. I think they were doing. I think they had Wednesdays at one point, but Thursday was definitely their day. But
They moved to Thursdays when they went to Spike.
Right, because they were on FS1.
And that was Wednesdays.
Yeah, and they were Wednesdays then. And then, so Spike moved. And then Hogan and Bischoff came in and they were like, yeah, we're going to move to Mondays, brother. And it's like, nah, let's not.
Brother.
Let's not do that. That's terrible.
There's never a person who unironically just lives his gimmick his entire life. Fucking Hulk Hogan. Just
Much love, HH.
HH.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, I mean, I was working 400 days a year, so like that shit's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
fucking 3 matches a day in 4 different countries.
Right. Math totally adds up. Just don't do it. Just
hey,
don't do
you ask Scott Steiner, it adds up.
Steiner math is way better than Hogan math because it's a little bit more accurate. At least he had his percentages correct in the sense of 33 and a third and all that. You know what I mean? Like it's.
But I'm no normal man.
So I've got 2/3 chance of winning. Whatever the fuck. I can't go through the whole thing. But
the best part was Braun Breaker just doubling down and doing that same fucking bit, man. Oh, I do love what they're doing with him right now. I hope they give him an Intercontinental run for a bit.
Seems like that's the way they're gonna go with him.
Not that I don't like Sammy, but like they're just not really doing anything with Sammy right now other than just, here's some title shots for other people.
Yeah.
If they weren't going to give it to Gable when they did,
and that's it. I think he suffers from the same thing Rollins suffered from. You're going against people that they want to see win.
Yeah.
Like, so it's tough, like it's everybody wanted Gable to win, and then he's going against Gable, and it's like, oh fuck. Like I like Sammy, but I want Gable to win the title. Like I didn't,
Which it does seem like they are really setting up the Gable and I don't know why the team name escapes me at the moment.
Alpha Academy.
No,
the Creed brothers.
Creed brothers.
Yeah.
The
new version of the Alpha Academy or whatever they're gonna do with that.
If they're gonna do it, they just need to be heels, all of them, not just him.
Yeah, because that can only go for so long. Like it's only so fun.
And then on tag teams, we had titles change.
Judgment Day won the Raw titles back.
So fucking sick of that shit.
Different Judgment Day characters this time.
Yeah, so it's Finn and
one of
JD.
Them.
Yeah. I did like the way it was set up with Liv.
Convincing, yes.
Yeah.
Was that Tom and Nick?
I always enjoy Ruth. Just he's just a genuinely funny human being overall.
Yeah.
But again they did tease more of the Liv and Finn.
Yeah. No, I think they'll turn on Priest. I think that's what's gonna happen. Because
more
especially
than likely.
especially with the conversations him and Seth are having,
Where he said he doesn't need
like
them, they
you
need
need to be on your own and step out on your own. And
Yeah.
I definitely think you're gonna see a Judgment Day turn on them or turn on him.
Yep.
I do think Rollins loses and just isn't able to challenge Priest for the title, which I think is fine.
He's gonna lose to Gunther anyway. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a silly stipulation in the sense that okay, you can't wrestle for the title for 1 month. Like, that's Oh no,
You're grounded 1 month.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you at whatever September's pay-per-view is for the title shot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fuck it. What did you guys think of the Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas video?
It was interesting.
Huh?
Go
I
ahead.
heard Onyx, but I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I liked it because it lends more to what Bray was doing with the character of blending that realism of trauma into wrestling.
Yeah.
Because
very much
like if you really hear what he's saying, this isn't a character.
No.
This isn't like Bo Dallas talking.
That was Taylor Rotunda talking.
Yeah.
That was
like
and you felt it. Like it felt very real in that sense. And I do like that they addressed all the bullshit that he was going to face. Do you feel like you're tarnishing your brother's legacy or whatever, like you're piggybacking off of his legacy or however he phrased it, but like you're pretty much just using your brother's death for like attention or whatever and blah blah blah. Like I like that they kind of got ahead of that now so that all the fucking jerk offs are like, oh, but that's the only reason they're doing it and blah blah blah. Like, no. I think he did really well with it. I was really intrigued by it. I very much enjoyed it. And one of the few things obviously it's pre-recorded. So if they are going to lend some realism to they're going to do less of the spooky supernatural stuff. Obviously, you can just say he recorded it that way on purpose.
Yeah.
But I did like that they kept cutting to him as Howdy with that sinister smile while he's like answering real questions, like painful questions, and he's just like, "Yep." So I enjoyed that.
What's bad is the most unrealistic part of all that is that fucking tech van has a VHS player in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could at least give him like a DVD.
Hold on. I gotta speak my old man pet peeve here. It has a name. It's called a VCR. It's not a VHS player. It's a VCR.
All right, boomer.
I don't care. Cole said it, and I was like, no, you know better. Stop it. I did like the fact that it was like, this is a VHS tape. Like, for the kids or whoever,
the kids are looking at
like
this and going, what the fuck is this? Yeah, that was the most unbelievable part is that they had a VCR in that tech booth somewhere.
I believe it. You know how many old tapes they probably have to be like, oh yeah, like this is back from like 1968 when fucking,
Hulk Hogan was wrestling his 8th match of the day.
Right. So like that, I could believe that to that extent. Like, oh, we have all,
They still haven't announced who the 6th member is, correct? Like we're still waiting to see.
Pretty sure it's going to be Bray. Like Bray is the honorary 6th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the Wyatt 6 with Bray and the rest of them.
Gotcha.
I think if everything was supposed to play out I'm fucking sorry. I'm here. I just noticed. I was like, yeah, maybe it'll come back. There it is.
I feel like the whole plan was to get Bray and Howdy on the same page.
Correct.
It's supposed to be Howdy tempting Bray to give in to that inner trauma.
Yep.
And he would have formed the family. It would have been his family all over again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they're just going with 5 instead of 6.
Gotcha.
Because it's the Wyatt 6. so Wyatt, Bray was the member.
True.
And like you're not gonna replace him. I mean, you can talk about maybe adding Alexa, blah 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 blah.
Alexa, I hate the UPS Bliss.
Yeah.
Sorry, she was tweeting about how she hates UPS because she didn't get her Funko Pop on time or something like that.
Yeah.
Fucking white people problems.
Hey, living the life,
Whatever.
Also,
But
a sad note: we had the passing of Roman Reigns' father,
Sika.
Yeah. Very
then
sad
the
to
next
see that.
just making children smile.
Huh?
No, like literally the next day after that, there's like a picture of him at a children's facility.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
No, I just
Yeah,
I only
that's
caught like
wrong.
the tail end of what you said. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then staying on the Anawaihi family, the new tribal chief asking for acknowledgement.
Acknowledge me.
So I think that is very much like the amount of "We Want Roman" chants is fantastic. When he comes back, the fucking roof is gonna blow off that building. Whatever building
Yeah.
he shows up in, they're gonna fucking lose their mind for that. I thought this was well done. He got all the guys to acknowledge him.
Paul Heyman,
Jacob kind of being the wild card.
the enforcer,
acknowledged him.
The new enforcer.
The new enforcer.
Some fake ass Usos.
For as much shit as they're giving Solo, for a guy who's only been around for a couple of years, I think he's doing really well. Having to take the reins while Roman is out. No pun intended with the reins part, but I think he's doing really well with this, and it's starting to feel that whole cinema feeling that the Bloodline stuff had been for so long. It's getting to that point again. Like it had been kind of
tapering off here lately,
mulling along a little bit, but now it's starting to definitely ramp up as we're getting into Summer Slam season and Survivor Series season.
You gotta give it. Paul Heyman's a real one, real OG.
He chose not to sleep, so his eyes will look red as possible.
Oh my god, he looked like he needed to just go to bed. Like, oh my god,
stay true to his tribal chief.
Just to get sleep deprivation face.
Got a little dedication.
Right.
Took a bump at 60 something.
Well, yeah.
Through a table.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, through the fucking table.
Jacob Fatu was having a fucking field day trying to lift that man up.
Yeah, he was struggling. He was struggling. But I mean, he did the bump, man. Like he
fucking died.
And then went. Isn't it weird that like we've had I think 3 weeks now that somebody's been rushed to the hospital in an ambulance?
Yes. 3 in a row.
Ricochet, and then CM Punk.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. Bam. All right, who's getting rushed to the hospital on Monday? When this comes out, you? Jesus Christ! I hope that's not the case.
Oh, Samantha Irving.
Oh no.
No, not her. That's
Braun
just spears her. She's wearing like a Ricochet shirt. He stops and just looks at her and then
close enough.
The shit out of her. He sees red.
He was aiming for Ricochet's face and said, like, this, look, I'm going.
Oh, God. Then we had our further progression of the Money in the Bank entries. LA Knight obviously progressed. I didn't expect him to progress.
I did.
I definitely thought they were going to set the United States Championship up for Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank.
SummerSlam.
I'm a little disappointed.
No, it's in Cleveland. He's going to lose the belt in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, I also think that sets up Logan to fuck him during the match to set up.
Yeah, I'm getting Elimination Chamber vibes with like
SummerSlam.
Logan coming in and fucking something up and screwing LA Knight like LA Knight got screwed.
Yeah.
I will say I was really hoping Jalen Brunson would have hit Halliburton with the chair, just a little get back. That's just for me being a Knicks fan. That's I was just
Fuck
so
the Celtics.
I know. I was watching that and I was thinking of you. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's probably giddy. Just swing
I
it,
was.
swing
I
ho.
was. I'm like, oh, hit him. Just hit him. Just hit him once. Maybe twice, but still, just hit him. You know,
Maybe
like,
a third time.
What was it?
I can hit him 5 times while we're at it.
Is it Corey Graves that's on SmackDown?
Yeah, Corey Graves and Wade Barrett are the commentary team.
SmackDown team.
He's saying it was gonna be Game 8.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So that was fun. Who else? Did anybody else advance? They had another
Naomi and
Naomi.
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffy time.
and Tiffany. Yeah.
Money that makes
So
it be Tiffy time.
The final matches are for tomorrow, for Monday.
When this airs.
Yeah.
Have they announced who it is?
You have it's Drew, Sheamus, and Ilya.
Oh, well, Drew's probably gonna
fucking
win.
hell of a match.
And then you have for the women is Dakota. Fuck, I just looked. Dude, it's Dakota and 2 other people.
By the way, Chad Gable also advanced.
Yeah.
Oh, on Monday.
Yeah. Talk about it, man. You know, it took Cody how long to come back from a torn pec? Fucking Chad died and came back a week later.
Yeah. Dakota, it's Dakota, Zoe Stark, and Ivy Nile.
Interesting. Okay.
Also confirmed matches for Monday is Zelina Vega versus Liv Morgan, not for the belt, and Dominic versus Ray. Get the fucking Hispanics away from each other.
Jesus.
Yo, I'm fucking tired of it.
Put those kids in cage. I have to say anyway. Sorry, let me stop.
And then we talked about this a little earlier, but Dijak's contract obviously expired, and they did not renew with him, so he is now a free agent. Even taking pictures at Forbidden Doors tonight. And
motherfucking Odyssey Jones still has a contract, and this motherfucker doesn't.
Apparently, the reason why because he goes to colleges. He's doing the advertising. He's basically fuck. What is his name? Primetime Players.
Oh, Titus.
Yeah,
Mr. Worldwide.
He's like in that position.
Oh, okay.
Dijak is?
No, Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's still employed by WWE.
I was just saying it for the memes. Poor guy got drafted to Raw like a fucking year and a half ago and still hasn't shown up.
But yeah, no, I was actually giving a legit reason why he's actually still on that fucking
yeah. That's good though. I mean, you know.
I had to learn about that.
And then Mustafa Ali's already hinting that they should get the band back together between him, Mansoor, and
it was Masse.
Yeah.
Not Mansoor.
Whatever.
Mansoor.
You talking about the guy who got F5 by
Brock Lesnar
when he was working commentary,
attacking another black man for no reason.
You better watch out, man. Just stay away from
Brock
the
Lesnar.
Dakotas area, and
he's in Canada now.
Canada, yeah.
No Diddy.
Or Gage is gonna get F5'd out of nowhere.
Look, the only Dakota I want to be near is Kai.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I support that 1000%.
I acknowledge
Dakota Kai.
Queen. The Queen of Kick, or whatever the fuck. The
Team Kick.
Team Kick.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it's getting about that time. Is there any final thoughts you want to speak on? It's almost 3 a.m. and I'm exhausted.
Fuck the Celtics.
Fuck the Celtics. And the Red Sox.
And the Red
Sox. And not like, I'm not saying if you're a fan. Obviously, if you didn't watch Forbidden Door, it was fucking hilarious. That poor man. I do feel bad for them. Because like midway through the match. Huh?
I'm talking about that one guy in the crowd with the Celtic shirt.
With the Celtic shirt.
Yeah. He didn't make it home tonight.
Yeah, fuck him.
Or that in the wrong
Come on,
crowd.
bro. You got to know better.
Know your audience.
Better man than in New York. Oh, you ain't making it home.
Should have known your audience.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah. So that's all I got.
Okay. All right. Well, as always, it was a pleasure. And we will catch you guys on the other side of the ring. Good night.